I'm sorry, but I can't help you.
You're listening to the Fun with Horror podcast with your hosts, Scotty and Andrew.
Hello, friends with horror. This is Scotty.
And this is Andrew.
And welcome to episode 173 of Fun with Horror. It's the most wholesome horror movie podcast in the entire world, and it's the podcast in which two long-distance best friends keep in touch with each other by taking turns picking movies and giving them to each other to discuss and what have you. Yeah.
I got to pick the last movie, which was Black Phone 2. But of course, stay tuned to the end of this episode where we get to hear the first movie of 2026 chosen by our one and only Scotty. But without further ado, hi, buddy.
Hi, buddy.
Hi.
Buddy.
Hi.
How
buddy.
long has your voice been not your voice?
Like 3 weeks. Honestly, since
Well,
the
longer than 3 weeks because how long?
Oh, right.
I mean, we've recorded 3 episodes now.
Right.
And your voice has not been Andrew. Where is Andrew?
I don't know what's going on. I might actually, truly, I might be finally going through puberty. It's taken long enough.
You honestly scared me because when you said truly, I thought like you're going to say something serious. I'm so glad that you kept it fun.
This is Fun with Horror, Scotty.
Yeah, not fun with I'm dying of.
Yeah, no, I don't think I would break that news to you via surprise on the podcast.
What if you did? Oh my God.
That'd be amazing. We'd get so many listens.
Oh my God.
Did you hear about that podcast where the guy said he was going to die?
Yeah, he announced he announced that he was gonna die right on the beginning of the episode, and then they had to talk about a movie.
Right?
What the
really
hell?
brought the episode down.
Yeah. And Andrew started talking with this radio voice.
Right? I have to.
Wait, no,
The only way to get-
I meant the voice you just used.
Oh,
And then he talked like this.
I feel like I'm gonna have to if you guys want to hear anything I say.
I'm like fishing for that voice right now, and you just refuse to do it again.
Because I'm trying to think what it is. Which one? Like this?
I just did it. And then he had a mustache.
Oh, like this.
That's it. There it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Okay.
We got there, everybody.
But Andrew, hear me out.
Yes.
Because there's a podcast, and you know what it's called?
What? What is it called?
Hear Me Out.
Nah.
Okay, so this is really nice. I got a couple of shout-outs right now, buddy.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Number one, we actually got a shout-out by a podcast. It's a newish podcast. It's called the Hear Me Out podcast, and it's two lovely ladies, and I believe they're from St. Louis.
Nice.
Their names are Nicole and Aileen, and they kind of do what we do. They talk about movies, and the episode that I was listening to, in which they gave us a little shout out, they were talking about musicals.
Nice.
And it was fun because they talked about Moulin Rouge,
Ooh, yeah.
Les Miserables,
Ooh, all right.
and the movies now, not the Broadway musicals.
Right.
And that's important to note because the third movie was Cats. Our favorite.
That is important to note. Wow.
And so they have this thing that they do, and it's called Blimpets, where they basically talk about things that they're enjoying at the present time.
Cool.
I believe it was Nicole. We were one of her Blimpets.
Aww.
And it was so cute because it's not like, a promotion that we asked for or anything.
Right.
She literally talked about this podcast she's been listening to called Fun with Horror. And it was cute because it's just cute the way it's just cute. Anyway.
That's very cool.
But I also wanted to shout them out because they are a very good podcast. So everybody out there, go listen to the Hear Me Out podcast. I had a really good time. When I was actually on vacation in Florida, driving around, I was listening to their podcast, and I was like, this is really good. This is fun. So,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you to both of them. That's very sweet. I genuinely appreciate that.
Andrew normally sounds more excited, but his voice is pretty much gone. So
I don't know. I'm hoping it comes back. I mean, gosh, how can I do a podcast with this voice? I don't know.
Well, I think it's kind of sexy, so.
Oh, stop.
The second shout out I have is a website that I actually discovered last night.
Oh, okay. I don't know this.
And I got to talk about this because this person also deserves our love and everybody's support. The website is called My Ninth Life.
Okay.
And basically, it's this girl who I think she lives around the LA area. And she designed a goth cat tree. And it's beautiful. It's black. She's got a red trimmed one and a purple trimmed one. She calls it the Munster. It's a huge cat tree. The bed in the cat tree is shaped like a coffin.
Oh, cool.
And it's very well put together. And the deal is that she's tried to start her own business. And at a certain point, from what I gathered from her posts, other companies stole her ideas. Like you can go on Amazon and you can find like coffin-shaped beds in cat trees, and they basically stole her ideas and are selling them at a cheaper level. Like the cat trees fall apart. She's actually got a video where her neighbor bought one of the cheaper ones from Amazon, and she shows in this video the difference between hers and that, and hers are so much more sturdy and stuff.
Sure, well, that makes sense. That sucks, though, man. That sucks.
It sucks, but there's what am I looking for? A bright side to this.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, there's a good side of the rainbow.
Like a silver lining or something to
that's
this
another
story.
good one, a silver lining playbook with Jennifer Lawrence.
Yep, that's right.
So the post that I saw last night when I couldn't sleep was this post about how she was very thankful to so many people who purchased products on her website because they saved her business, basically.
Oh, cool.
So I went on her website, and I didn't get the tree because it's too big for my apartment, but I did get a T-shirt, and I got a cat toy because she's got some other like little gothic type cat stuff. And you know me. I don't know if you know this, but I love cats, Andrew.
What?
The musical movie.
Oh, Scotty. No.
Did I ruin it?
No.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
But anyway, go to myninthlife.net. Okay?
Okay.
Not you because you don't have a cat, but I'm talking to our listeners with cats. I mean, you could get a T-shirt, though. You could get a T-shirt, buddy.
I could get a T-shirt. That's very true. I do love T-shirts.
To all of our listeners, go to her website, support her if you can. She's doing a wonderful thing, and yeah, if she sells smaller cat trees, I'm going to be first in line to get one because they're awesome.
That's really cool, man. Good for her. I'm glad that people are supporting her as well. We want to support small businesses, people.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. Also, black phones.
2?
Also.
If you try to touch me, I'll scratch your face. This face?
Black Phone 2 came out October 17th, 2025, and was directed by Scott Derrickson and written by Scott Derrickson and C. Robert Cargill, based on the short story by Joe Hill. It stars Ethan Hawke as the Grabber, Mason Thames as Finn, Madeleine McGraw as Gwyn, Demián Bichir as Mando, Miguel Mora as Ernesto, Jeremy Davies as Terrence, and Ariana Rivas as Mustang.
Very good, buddy.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
So, without spoilers, we're not going to spoil this movie yet.
Right.
But let's remind everybody that I had already seen this movie and you had not. So I'm happy you get to go first this time. What did you think of Black Phone 2?
I'm going to steal something that you said, though. Because you posted a little bit about this because you got to go see it in a very cool way, but you posted a little bit about it and you said, this is how you do a sequel. And buddy, I absolutely agree. This is how you make a sequel. I loved it. That's it. What about you, buddy? What did you think?
Well, seeing as this was my second time watching it,
Mhm.
I was wondering if I would love it as much as I did the first time because I did see it with a full audience.
Mhm.
That adds to the excitement. And I'm happy to say that I loved it just as much, if not more.
Nice.
5 out of 5 stars. This is one of the perfect movies of this year for me.
Buddy, I'm right there with you.
I've only got one small quibble, I think, and we'll talk about that later.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's
Okay.
barely even a quibble.
Okay, good. I'm very curious.
But now, everybody, it is time for our spoiler warning, followed immediately by our trigger warnings. So if you haven't seen this movie and you don't want a single thing spoiled for you, this is the point of no return. Feel free to pause this episode and come back after you've watched the movie. But before we talk about the rest of the movie, we'd like to let you know of any major trigger warnings inspired by the website doesthedogdie.com. Nearly every horror movie inherently has triggers, but there are some that we would want to know about before watching a movie, and we're here to let you know about those. So, without further ado, Andrew, I didn't know what I was going to say there. Are there any animals in this movie?
There's a horse in this movie.
There is a horse in this movie.
Yes.
Does the horse die?
No, we only really see it, I think, one time too, and it's perfectly fine. So no harm to the horse.
Andrew, there is a dog in the movie.
Oh man.
It is in one of the flashbacks, but the dog also does not die. But however, it is kind of sad because the grabber grabs the dog's owner and the dog is sitting there
You're right.
by itself next to its owner's bike, and I was just really sad for the dog.
You're right. I totally forgot about that. Yes, you're right. Very good.
Now that that's over and done with, it's time for me to pull out my lucky 20-sided virtual die.
It's orange.
It's orange, and I'm rolling it, and you're going to tell me when to stop. And what is that? What happens when I stop it, buddy?
Well, if it lands on an even number, you'll be doing a 3-minute recap of our film. If it lands on an odd number, unfortunately, the world will hear me talk about the movie for 3 minutes.
With that voice, that sexy,
With this voice, oh, Lord have mercy.
that sexy fading voice.
It's my holiday gift to you all.
And a quick reminder that whoever does this 3-minute recap, we're doing it from memory.
Yeah.
So you just tell me when to stop, buddy.
Stop.
The number is 2. I guess I'll be doing it.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, thanks, buddy. As you know, we always have a
yes.
little bit of some stipulations or something happens before the 3-minute recap, and I just want you to know.
We do?
I mean, usually I give you a good warning of what will happen if you don't do a 3-minute recap.
This is new to me.
Yeah, it's pretty, listen to a couple of our episodes.
I think I will. Which one should I start with?
The black phone. No, black phone.
Wait, no. The first one was called The Black Phone.
Dang it. But start there.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So what are these stipulations, by the way, that you were talking about before I so rudely interrupted you? I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'll
not
stop
rude.
interrupting you right now. Go ahead.
Are you sure?
No, please.
Okay. I wish you could all see him. He's just so cute.
I am.
All
cute.
right. Oh, stop. I want you to know I've been having some dreams
Oh,
lately.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's not good. I've been severely injured in these dreams.
Oh.
Severely. But I made a deal with the entity. It wasn't the grabber. It was just some entity. I'm not sure who. And I said, hey, can you just give me a night? Leave me alone. I'm in a lot of pain. Tell you what. My friend, my best friend in the world, Scotty, goes over 3 minutes on his recap. Have at him. Go get him tonight when he's sleeping.
Wait, how about me? What,
If you... This was my deal. All right, man? I made a deal. So...
You're giving me up in place of you?
Yeah, I feel like it's a good sacrifice.
I mean, okay. Best friend in the world.
Hey, This is my birthday present, okay?
Oh, hey, yes, happy birthday a month ago.
Thank you. But if you do it under 3 minutes, he won't hurt you. And in fact, he made a deal as well where if you do it under 3 minutes, he'll leave me alone too. So I just ask that you do it under 3 minutes. That's it.
Wow. And I wore my Black Phone 2 shirt for you.
No, and I appreciate that. I love actually that shirt. For those that can't see, it is a really cool shirt. It really is.
You know how Andrew drew that beautiful picture of me and him? That's our logo. And I'm wearing a baseball tee. Well, I'm wearing a baseball tee right now, and it's got the icy grabber mask on the front of it.
It's really cool. Yeah, I love that shirt.
It's a beautiful shirt. I think it was by Fright Rags, but
yeah, I think you're right.
But hey, you know what? This is also a good time for me to let everybody know that we're probably going to spoil the Black Phone.
Yes.
The first movie. So if you haven't seen the first movie, I don't know why you're listening to this. But
for our sultry voices.
I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of lead time.
Black Phone 2. I'm trying to remember how it begins.
Phone call from the mom. Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Back in the day. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a spoiler. You just spoiled the whole movie. My God, Andrew, you just ruined it.
Well, you just said spoiler warning. I helped.
Way to get ahead of the... Thank God I'm doing the 3-minute recap.
Well, you can cut this all out if you want and start
I'm not going to cut it all out. Everybody deserves to know your error.
I need to be humbled.
Especially after pawning off a demon on me or something.
An entity. I don't know what it is.
Entity. The entity. Anyway, so there is a nondescript woman. We don't know who she is. She's at a phone booth next to a frozen lake, and she's talking to a person. Then we jump into the present. Finn and Gwen are a few years older than the last time we saw them in the Black Phone. Finn is angry. He's beating up a person just like he saw his buddy do in the first movie. And now Finn's the angry person. Finn smokes a lot of weed because he's got a lot of trauma in his head because he's dealing with what happened to him in the first movie with the grabber. Meanwhile, Gwen starts to have dreams. She starts to have dreams of kids at a camp, kids getting murdered, and then these kids being under the ice and coming up and writing letters in the ice. Also, she sleepwalks and ends up in the basement where Finn was kept by the grabber in the first movie. She ends up on that phone talking to her mother. And at this point, we realize that the voice and the words spoken are the woman at the front of the movie or at the beginning. What?
Whoa.
Andrew's in shock, ladies and gentlemen. So her mother is telling her that she has numbers. She had gotten these numbers and she called the number. So she was having dreams of these kids as well. So Gwen tells Finn that her mother called her. They get a job at this summer camp. Their father is sober and has been trying to get better. They're leaving him at the house by himself. Finn is worried that he might drink, but they go off to the camp where they end up getting snowed in by this incredibly strong blizzard, one of the worst blizzards seen in the area in many years. While they're stuck there, Gwen continues to dream. Also, Ernesto, who is the younger brother of the kid in the first movie. Do you remember his name?
Oh, Robin.
Robin, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Robin's younger brother, Ernesto, is now, he's kind of in love with Gwen. He's bought her Duran Duran tickets, which is adorable. Gwen thinks that they're choice, the Duran Duran tickets. Choice. Anyway, so he goes to this summer camp with them because Gwen has kind of confided some stuff with him. Gwen has to sleep in the girls' barracks by herself, and the boys have to sleep by themselves. Gwen starts to have a dream of the third kid because she's already had 2 dreams. Now she has a dream of the third kid, and in this dream, one of the other 2 kids who was burned grabs her arm, burns her. She ends up in the boys' cabin. She shows them and she shows Finn, and now Finn kind of believes her more that something is indeed going on. They get in trouble for sleeping in the cabin because now we're also introduced to Mondo, who is I guess the head of the camp, his daughter Mustang, and then Barb and the other guy, Barb and Kenneth. Barb and Kenneth are real Bible beaters.
Yeah, they are.
So begins this movie where the kids are trying to find out some stuff. Meanwhile, Finn starts to get phone calls on the phone booth that's there at the lake at this camp. And the grabber starts talking to him. In a really awesome scene, the grabber tells Finn that he's really angry at Finn. He's really peeved. And he wants to really hurt Finn. And he wants to do that by taking away the thing that Finn loves most, which is his sister. In the meantime, his sister is having one of her dreams, and she ends up in the camp kitchen with the grabber who tries to kill her. She is protected by Ernesto, and then eventually Finn, who runs in. The grabber disappears into the darkness. And then they realize that to take care of the grabber this time, they have this conversation in the chapel at the camp where they tell the adults what's going on. They tell them that they need to find the bodies of the children, and that will set the children at rest, and that will stop the grabber from getting them. So they search for the children underneath the ice in the lake, where they realize that the grabber was named Wild Bill Hickok. That's what he called himself at the camp, and that's the letters that the kids drew in the ice for Gwen. I'm all over the place here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. But anyway, so Wild Bill is the grabber. So they're looking for the kids under the ice. The grabber also enters into Gwen's dream again and reveals that their mother did not kill herself by hanging. The grabber actually killed her because she was on to him when he kidnapped the first child in their town. So he killed their mother and made it look like a suicide. Holy crap. What a reveal. Their father shows up at the camp, and we finally have this night where they're searching for the kids, and there's this big confrontation with the grabber on ice skates. And then Gwen is in her dream state. She helps bring the kids to the surface, and the grabber hurts Barb and Kenneth to everyone's joy. And then as the grabber is skating towards Gwen, the kids come out of the ice and their skeletons grab the grabber and keep him. And then Finney comes up and, oh God, what does he do? Oh, he slams his face into the ice, and then Gwen cuts his leg off where one of the kids is holding it, and then the three ghostly kids grab the grabber and take him down into the ice where he freezes again. And then finally we have a very beautiful scene. Finn and Gwen are about to leave the camp, and the phone rings, but only Gwen hears it this time, not Finn. And Finney says, well, that means it's for you. She picks it up, and it's her mom in the afterlife. And her mom tells her that her power is not a curse, it is a gift. And that she loves her, and she also says to tell Ernesto that Robin misses him, or what have you. I think she says something about Robin. Mm-hmm. And then Gwen tells Finney, and then as they're leaving, their father mentions Mustang to Finney, and Finney says, shut up, Dad. And his father says, just saying. And credits roll.
That sounded like him too. Oh, man.
Because I do love the way he says that at the end. Just saying.
I do too. Just saying. Oh, buddy, you came in just under 3 minutes.
Oh, thank heavens.
So you saved both of our lives, and I'm eternally grateful. Thank you.
I'm eternally grateful. And you know what? I just realized, like, when I said thank heavens, it reminded me of that old song. Thank heavens for little girls. And I realized that's a creepy-ass song. That's
I don't
a terrible
know
song.
that one, but that lyric was real creepy.
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't like it.
I didn't either, buddy. If anybody knows that song, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to remind you of it. Buddy, let's talk about my one little quibble.
Yes, yeah, I'm very curious. Please.
Why did they only call this movie Black Phone 2 instead of The Black Phone 2? The first movie's called The Black Phone. Why not call this one The Black Phone 2?
You know
Is it
what?
because it's a different black phone?
Oh, it could be because that one was the black phone in the first one. This is just a black phone. It's black phone.
just another black phone.
But then, if that's true, then it should have just been called black phone, comma also, which is another way of saying two, but different two. TOO. Oh boy.
Black phone at the cabin in the woods.
Oh. Write Scott Derrickson right now.
I will.
Okay.
I know the name of your third movie.
Yeah.
Black phone in the cabin in the woods on the 13th of Friday.
Ooh. Dang.
Scott Derrickson said that when he was writing the movie, he doesn't realize at that time the influences that are influencing him. What is wrong with the way I'm talking, buddy?
I got you, man. We got there.
When
I
he's
understood
influenced by the influences that are influencing him,
it. Unless he's been influenced by them.
or if he's under the influence.
Oh, there you go.
Anyway, let me just read what I wrote in my note. He didn't really think about the movie's influences while writing it, but he loved realizing those influences after the fact. Bam.
Dang, that was really good.
Wow. This is the worst podcast episode ever.
No, it's not. We're having fun, and that's what matters.
Fun
It's two
with
long-distance friends having fun.
with grammar.
Giving each other horror movies to watch with grammar. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I love that. I love that because what influences did you notice?
Well, I mean, the big one, I think, and even in the trailer when I saw it, was like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Being obviously with nightmares and getting hurt in them and everything. I mean, because they're in the cabin in the woods, you can do anything, but you can do Evil Dead. You can do, you can
Friday
actually,
the 13th.
yeah, Friday the 13th. I mean, yeah.
They're in the snow, so
Oh gosh. I mean, that could be a few different, The Thing. I mean, we can do,
The Shining.
oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
We are on top of we are on the ball, buddy.
Dude, one of the best episodes. We're ending 2025's horror
Don't even
movies.
know what year it is. Oh boy.
Well, thank goodness we have another episode this year. We'll talk about that later, though. Don't
Hey,
worry.
everybody, just by the by, let us just remind you, Andrew is still missing his voice.
Yes.
I missed about 3.5 hours of sleep last night. So yeah, we're cooking with Crisco right now. Remember that one? Cooking with Crisco?
I do remember that.
So please forgive us if we stumble over some words and stuff. But hey,
Hey,
I love you.
I love you. And you know what? This is who we are. We're not hiding. We're not hiding it. We're just letting people see who we are, man. It's a conversation. We're having fun.
We're not Red Riding Hood. Sorry. Okay, anyway, so there was one other influence that he mentioned that
what?
that I think it's a movie that neither of us have seen. Have you seen Curtains?
Oh. No, I never have.
Do you know the image of the person with the old lady mask
Yes.
ice skating? So the part near the end where the grabber starts ice skating out of the mist,
Yep.
that was directly influenced by Curtains.
Totally. Okay. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
So this takes place in 1982.
yes. 4 years after the other one, right? I think it's about
Yeah.
4 years.
And another thing Derrickson said is that he could have made this movie right away. The studio was enamored see, I can't even think of the right word. They're not enamored. Oh my gosh.
They liked it real good.
They liked it real good that the
Yeah.
black phone did really well.
Yep.
They were impressed. They wanted to capitalize on it. They wanted a sequel right away. But you know what? They didn't give him a sequel right away.
Good.
They waited until they had a great idea.
Nice.
And Derrickson said that he wasn't thinking too much about a sequel, but then Joe Hill called him
yeah.
and said, hey, what if the grabber contacts Finney through death and we find out that the grabber killed their mom? And it was the idea of the mom that hooked Scott Derrickson. And then he realized that if he waited a few years to make this movie, he could get Mason and Madeleine to come back and play Finney and Gwen because they'd be in high school as well.
Nice.
And that is what ultimately made him decide to do the sequel.
See, that's cool. And I knew that Joe Hill had the idea, but I didn't know what it was. I just knew that he called Scott Derrickson or let him know, which I think is really cool that the author of the book, you know, almost in a way gave a blessing as well, obviously, for another movie that's not in his book world. I think that's cool. I was like, I'm on board, man. Like, I love that he's part of it. That's very cool.
And when I saw this, I saw I think the West Coast premiere, and it was in a full theater. And after the movie, C. Robert Cargill was there and did a Q&A. So it was really cool to hear him talk. And
cool.
Obviously, the question was asked, what about Black Phone 3? And he said, you know, it's the same thing with Black Phone 2. We don't have any plans to make it. If we have a good enough idea, then, of course, you know, we'll probably make it. But we have to have that idea first.
I love that. And actually, I even thought about that while watching the second one. This is a cool world that they've made with beings after death being able to communicate. I could see a franchise. I could see, like, even spinoffs. I mean, I could see things in this world because it's a unique world and it's really fun. So I hope we do get another one. As long as it's a good story, I think I'm totally game. I love this world. I think it's fun.
Yeah, and I think that as long as I have faith that if we hear that there's going to be a Black Phone 3, Scott Derrickson's directing it, that it's going to be good. Like he's gonna do it justice, and we're gonna get Mason, we're gonna get Madeleine, we're gonna get Ethan.
Yeah,
because holy crap, Ethan Hawke, my friend,
dude, he's so creepy.
He's so creepy, and there's so many scenes that I can talk about in this movie. I'm looking at my notes right now, and there are so many moments that I just absolutely love.
Yes.
This movie is literally my idea of an almost perfect movie.
Yeah.
I have no qualms with it. If there's any qualm I have, maybe it could be just a tiny bit shorter, just a tiny bit, but not even that.
Sure, yeah.
Another thing Derrickson said is, okay, so there's the scene after Finney and Gwen tell Mondo about the grabber and about everything. There's a scene where Mondo's in his office and the grabber kind of talks to him through the radio and then throws snow against the window.
Yeah.
When there was only a script, the studio was pushing Derrickson to cut that scene. Like, we don't need that scene. I never thought about it until he said that. And then I thought about that scene and I'm like, you know what? It's kind of a cool scene, but it isn't really needed. Like, it's just another cool kind of creepy scene.
Right. That's true.
If we didn't have that scene, we go from the chapel and then we go directly to the scene with Mondo going out to the bench while Finn is smoking a joint and talking to him there, which is a great conversation.
It is. Oh, man. Now that you say that, I'm like, that would have been nice, actually. Because it is a creepy scene. It's a fun scene. But that would have been a nice jump from the church to that, I think.
It also brings up questions like, how is the grabber ghost able to throw snow at the window? Like, what is that snow? Why is there blood dripping off that snow? What is Mondo seeing? Like, what's going on?
I did kind of have that thought, too, while watching it and go, like, because it seems more like the ones that can communicate with him are Gwen and Finn. Like, actually communicate. Now, obviously other people can get hurt, and we've seen that, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I got to think about that a little bit.
It's kind of a double thing, double something. I don't know.
Double-edged sword?
That's a good one. Thank you. Thank you. It's kind of a double-edged sword, I guess. Because on one hand, I do like it. I like the scene.
Me too.
I don't dislike it, but I also agree that the movie doesn't really need it.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah. What did you think about the dreams? Especially the fact that when she is in the dream world, everything is filmed in Super 8.
I loved that. I love the Super 8 feel. I love that anyway because I just think Super 8, it looks so cool. But using that as the dream was beautiful. And it works so well for that time as well. Like, just everything about it was really cool to see. And I liked too that, it was just kind of nice as well for me to watch and go, oh, she's dreaming. Like, what's
Right.
coming? Like we're in a dream.
And when she comes out of the dream, it goes like it kind of morphs from Super 8 to, our high def 4K
Right.
picture.
Which is really cool.
That is really cool. And I'd love to know how they did that. I mean, Scott talked about how they shot in Super 8 and how some stuff they shot in 16 millimeter, but then transferred it to Super 8, and to give it that look. But also, this movie was a family affair, and I'm going to talk about, I usually wait till later to talk about the musical score.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. There's some, I don't want to use the word nepotism.
Okay.
But people did wonder, because in the first movie, he had Mark Corvin, who did the score.
Right, okay.
The main theme is still the same in this movie and in that one. It's still the same.
I could tell that.
Yeah. So that's Mark Corvin's main theme. In fact, if you listen to Black Phone 2, the soundtrack, that theme is not on there because the score for Black Phone 2 was done by Atticus Derrickson, which is Scott Derrickson's son.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Second unit director for this movie is Maggie Levin, and that is Scott Derrickson's wife.
Oh, interesting.
And all of the Super 8 footage was shot by his wife.
Oh, that's cool, though. Actually, that's pretty cool.
Or at least most of it. I think probably the stuff in the kitchen, but all the flashback stuff with the kids was shot by Maggie, his wife.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I think that's pretty neat.
And it is neat. And I found out that I follow Maggie Levin on Threads. So all of a sudden she popped up on my timeline after I learned that she was his wife and that she directed the scenes. And I was like, oh, cool. There you go.
That's fun. Look at you.
It is fun. So, yeah, I loved all those scenes. And one of the things I did love about them, and I'm going to talk about Atticus Derrickson, is the music.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of the music in this movie is atmospheric.
Yep, for sure.
But I love the way he did the flashbacks because he would start out with this nice, like, little light synthwave type. I don't know. It was kind of like this happy Zelda type music.
Yeah, I know
or
what
something.
you mean. Yeah.
And then it would get dark. It would get jagged and discordant and stuff. And since I can't think of any words, those are going to have to do this time.
Those are pretty good words, man. I'm not going to lie.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy.
I think you're back.
I don't know. Don't get your hopes up.
I never do.
But yeah, I loved that music. I love his driving score during the whole ice finale scene.
Yep.
And then I think my favorite part of the entire score is the music when Gwen is on the phone at the end.
Agreed. Yes.
So yeah, I was pretty impressed by Atticus's score. And I think, if I remember, I think I actually kind of like it better than Mark Corvin's score for the Black Phone, because I think with the Black Phone, I liked the main theme, but then the rest of the score was okay.
Yeah. I'd have to listen to it again, but I mean, I think I'm with you. The one I remember is the main theme, so that's it.
Actors, I got to ask you a question.
Okay.
Did you realize that the actor playing Ernesto was the same actor who played Robin?
I did, based on what you had written about it, and then I was like,
"What did I write?"
When you saw it, you said in a very cool casting something. You said that. But I loved it. He looks a lot. I mean, they all do. They're all so much older, I feel like. I was like, oh, man, you guys grew like 2-3 feet taller. I don't know if I would have recognized him, though, to be honest.
I'm sorry for spoiling that for you.
No, that's okay. I liked it. It was fun to see it because I was like, oh, that's really cool. Because I don't know if I would have recognized him because he did look a lot different with, Robin was kind of the tough kid. But then also, and then we get this one who has kind of his glasses and his hair parted. I mean, he looked a lot different. And he's older, obviously, but he did look a lot different.
I did not recognize him the first time I saw the movie. When C. Robert Cargill was doing the Q&A, he mentioned it, and I was like, what? And I'll tell you why. If you go back to our Black Phone 1 episode,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that I said one of my small quibbles was that Robin, the actor who played Robin, was a little bit like you could tell he was reading a script.
I think we both said that, friend. I think we both did.
And he's really good as Ernesto in this one.
Agreed. He was really good. And just like, yeah, I liked him a lot. I liked his character. He was a great actor. Everything worked. So I totally agree with you, man. It was it was great.
I think he was more born to play Ernesto than he was
Right.
Robin.
Maybe that's what it is too. Maybe he's just such a sweet kid that playing the bad, the tough kid, I should say, was a little bit just out of the wheelhouse. I don't know.
But everybody was improved. Like Mason Thames has improved a lot. Not that he was bad. He was great.
Yeah.
Madeleine McGraw was great in the first movie.
Yep. Oh man.
But they were amazing in this movie.
They were. Oh.
Scott Derrickson could not stop singing Madeleine McGraw's praises in the commentary because we talked about her in the first movie.
Yeah.
The part, and Scott even mentioned this part, there's the part, the really hard to watch scene where her dad is beating her with a belt.
Yes.
And when she's crying and screaming at it, I'm getting chills right now.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
And she's got multiple scenes in this movie that are like that.
Yep.
She sees her mom die.
Yeah. Yes.
And she said this, and so did Scott, that she went to such a dark place that after they yelled cut, she couldn't stop crying. Like she was emotional for a long time. And Scott, like, he hated to see her like that. He was so impressed with her acting that she was able to take herself to that place.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it hurt to watch her do it because she was so good. But she was such a great actress and such game to do it.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, she also wanted to do all of her own stunts, and she did a lot of her own stunts.
Wow, good for her. Because she's definitely got the most stunts, I feel like, of anyone in this movie.
Oh,
maybe
for sure.
besides the grabber, but I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
But she's the one getting hurt. Well,
right.
he is too, but
it's different.
yeah, it is different. I liked very much that it was a balance from the first movie. The first movie was absolutely Finn's movie.
Yes, yep, for sure.
And this movie, let me rephrase that. It was Finn's movie, but Gwen also had a big part to play.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas it was almost the other way around in this movie. This was Gwen's movie,
Yeah, I would agree with you. Yep.
but Finn had a big part to play in it.
Yep. I agree. Yeah, I think I'm happy to see that they're both doing well, and I can't wait to see them do more. It seems like they're both getting more popular and popular, which is great because that means we get to see them more, and they're wonderful young actors, so I'm excited to see what they do.
Yeah, when this movie came out, Mason was also doing a press tour for that romantic comedy that he did, Regretting You.
So I heard this fact. Jim Carrey, years ago, was in 3 of the top films at the time, which was like Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, and The Mask or something like that. 3 really big films. No one has done that until Mason Thames this year and had 3 movies, big movies, like highest grossing movies at the same time, which is How to Train Your Dragon, that one that you just mentioned, and then Black Phone 2.
I keep forgetting that he was in the live action How to Train Your Dragon, and I need to watch that.
I do too. I still haven't watched it, but I want to.
I do too, because unlike other people who hated the fact that they were making a live action version and that it looked exactly the same as the animated version, when I saw the trailer for that, I got immediately teary-eyed.
Oh.
That trailer affected me emotionally because I love How to Train Your Dragon.
They're great, man. They're fun movies. They're so fun.
You want to hear another Scotty fact?
Yeah.
I never saw How to Train Your Dragon Part 3.
Oh, it's good. There's 4. Isn't there 4 movies?
I believe there's 3. But
Is there 3?
I believe there's 3, my friend.
Okay, maybe there is 3. I might, yeah. Okay. Right on, man.
Yeah, so I almost cried. Anyway.
Oh.
One of my favorite scenes right away, talking about the acting and whatnot,
Yeah.
and the people coming back. Near the beginning, when Finney gets up, first of all, he's watching Night Flight, which to an oldie like myself, I used to love watching Night Flight on USA, and Yeah,
Cute.
that was like very nostalgic. Oh, even down to like just the kind of living room and the small TV he was watching it. Like,
Yeah, totally.
late at night. Oh man, Night Flight. And that was a nostalgic thing for Derrickson, and that's why he threw it in. So,
Oh, cute. That's cool. I love
but I
that.
loved it. But I love how when Finney goes outside and he leans against the wall like a damn model. Jeez.
I know. Jeez Louise, that kid.
It's not a quibble, but the way he leans back in his shirt, like kind of flows backwards. I'm just like, come on, man, come on. What kind of pose is that, dude? Come
Right.
on. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it is.
But I love that you see him just looking, it looks like he's looking just into space, just spacing out and looking straight ahead. And he says, if you touch me, I'll scratch your face.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see what he's looking at, and there's the image of the grabber. And I love that. I love where he goes, this face. And he does the thing with his hands from the first movie. Oh, it's
so good.
So eerie.
Yes. Oh,
but I also
so
love the
creepy.
way that they do it, because this isn't the ghost grabber. This is just, Finney knows he's just seeing something in his mind. He's not scared of it. It's just how this experience haunts him,
I mean, it's absolute PTSD. I mean, he went through something awful. Not only was he kidnapped, spoke to ghosts, but also he killed someone. I mean, that's at, a young age. That's at any age, but still, as a kid especially, that's something that's going to stick with you. So I really liked that they kept that was part of the story. I was glad that was, because no kid is going to come out of that and go, okay, back to normal, So I was glad that was part of the story.
And that's honestly something that when I thought about Black Phone 2 before I saw the movie, I was hoping that they would explore. I was like, how does this affect a kid like this, after going through what he went through?
Right.
And going back even further, what did you think of the opening credits?
I loved the opening credits. It was just like the first... Oh, wait, are you talking kind of where we see the pictures and we get the music and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was just like the first one where it gives that creepy, eerie, we're in for another ride kind of feeling. So I liked it a lot.
That's fun to watch on repeat viewings because there's so many images that fly by really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So I really loved it. I love that Gwen ends up in the basement.
Yes. Oh, man. That was cool, but I loved even more that Finn's the one that shows up to get her. And he's brave at first, like, hey, whatever. And then I love that moment where he starts to leave and then spits on the floor. It was such a nice, like, I remember you. Like, it was like, it was just, I love that he was trying to be a brave for his sister. Like, we got to get you out of here. Let's go. But then he turns and does like he just remembers and spits. And I love that moment. I thought it was kind of perfect. One thing I really genuinely loved about this movie was it went away from cliches, where in a lot of movies, even in a similar one, Nightmare on Elm Street, the adults don't believe anything. It's in your head, or it's whatever. But I love the fact that not only do they believe them, they see it. When Gwen is getting, beat up truly by the grabber and floating through the air, the two, Barb and Kenneth, they see it. They see everything happen. She is floating in the air, getting smacked around. Blood is everywhere. You can't deny that. So I love that they see it, and then we cut to it's right after that, I think, where we get the meeting with everyone from the camp talking about what happened. And everyone believes it. I loved that. I love that we didn't have to go through that trope where it's like, they don't believe it, they don't believe it, they don't believe it. Oh, now something happens. It's the first time it happens in front of them. They see it, and we're on board. It was so nice to see that happen in a movie. I was genuinely happy when that happened.
Well, I was happy. We talk about that a lot.
Yeah.
So I was extremely happy to see that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You took the words out of my mouth. I love that. I was going to ask you about the dream with her in the kitchen, because the other part of that dream, though, that I want to talk about is, of course, Finney talking to the grabber in the phone booth.
Oh, my gosh, yes. Yes.
What a great scene. That is amazing.
It's brilliant. It's so creepy, but also just done so well. Like, it is a You can't take your eyes off the screen scene, for sure.
One thing behind the scenes that I love about that whole scene is that the part where the grabber is telling Finney that what he wants more than anything is to hurt his sister. That part where he's starting to raise his voice.
Yeah.
All of that was supposed to be voiceover while you're watching Gwen go into the kitchen and stuff.
Oh, interesting.
But when Ethan Hawke did that dialogue, Scott Derrickson wasn't expecting him to start raising his voice and to get as angry as he did and start yelling. And he was like, we have to have a visual of this.
Nice.
They had actually filmed the scene without that, and then they came back and they had to film it with Ethan Hawke standing outside the phone booth.
That's cool. I love that. Ethan Hawke, man, in this. Oofta.
Oh my God.
Dude.
I love him as a bad guy. I hate to say it, but he's so good. And mostly it's just his voice, but he does so much with his voice.
Yes, agreed. I don't even think we see him without his mask. I mean, Ethan Hawke, at least, not the younger version.
We see him a little bit.
Okay.
In the van when he's taking Gwen to the death of her mom, we see him without the top half of his mask.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
But then on the ice, of course, she takes off his entire mask and he's screaming. And you see, like, you also see him without the bottom half where it's just like his skull-like teeth.
See, and that's what I meant. Like, you can't see Ethan Hawke in that because it's just, she rips all of his skin off.
You never see anything that looks like Ethan Hawke.
Right,
It's
right.
incredible.
Even like the flashbacks are obviously some other actor, but we really don't see his face at all. Even then, I get that because it was some other actor, you know.
I don't remember what he says, but one of my favorite lines and the way he delivers it is when he's in that dream with Gwen and he says, what do you think happens in here when you die? Or what do you think happens out there when you die in here? And she says, I don't know, I'll wake up. And he says, maybe, or maybe you just die. Just the way he says it is just so like matter of fact. And then he says, it's time to find out. And then like, and then there's that whole chase scene. And my God, the part where she's in the freezer and he just kind of taps her with the axe. But it's such a sharp axe. It's just such a painful moment.
Yep. And then we cut to like her awake and it's a gash.
No, not yet. Yeah. No, she's not awake. She's still sleeping, but you see the gash appear on her arm.
Yep, you're right. That's what I meant. But it starts just bleeding, and you're like, ooh, that's a bad cut. That's a bad one.
But then we have her on the ice with Mondo, and we see her. Dude. We see Mondo go into the ice, but then she's in the phone booth. What did you think of this scene? This is maybe the most brutal scene where the grabber takes her from behind and he starts strangling her and wrapping the thing around her neck. And then he spins her like a top in the phone booth, and she's splattering blood on all sides, you know. And obviously, this is the dream, so it's kind of unrealistic, but it's supposed to be.
Right.
But then in the real world, she spins off the bed, and she's like spinning blood all over Finney and Ernesto and stuff, and it's just like, oh my God.
It's brutal. It's a fantastic scene. Like, it's wild and crazy, but it's brutal because again, props to her as well. You're rooting for Gwen. You like Gwen in this movie a lot, just like you liked her in the first one. So watching her, it's almost more brutal because you like her. You don't want anything to happen to her. You want to protect her too, and then that happens, and it's just like, oh man. It's awful, but it's done so well. It's a great scene. It's just done really well.
But that also brings me to one of the things I love the most about this movie, and it goes back to what we talked about in The Black Phone.
Okay.
One of the things that you and I both said that we loved in The Black Phone was how smart Finney was at the end of the movie.
Yes. Yep.
I love how smart Scott makes his main young characters.
Yes.
And I love, so the whole final finale scene, I love that she realizes that she is outside of her body now. Like she's not
Right.
sleepwalking. Her body is asleep and she sees where it's asleep. And she
Right.
knows that as her dream self, she can dive into the lake and push the kids up towards the surface.
Yep, totally.
So smart. I just love that. I love it.
I do too. I'm with you. I like that he makes them smart, but I love that she did use her ability to solve the problem. I mean, she has a gift and she was able to figure it out and use it. So I agree. I think it was really cool. I think that, and I love too that right as she dives in, her body gets wet. So even
Yes.
I keep wanting to say Robin, but Ernesto is like, what's going on?
Ernesto and I think Mustang is sitting next to her at that part.
You're right. It is Mustang. Yep, you're right.
Because she's the one that kind of tries to keep her awake for a second, and then they realize that Gwen fell asleep on purpose. Like she
Yes.
wanted to fall asleep because she needed to get the kids up to the surface. It's just so smart.
I know. It's brilliant. And that whole last battle is wild. It's so wild in the best way, but it's a wild scene.
So how did you feel when the grabber stuck his axe in Kenneth and was dragging him on the ice, and then he skated around and then came and like hit Kenneth and Barb in the head with his axe and made them start bleeding?
I was fine with it. I mean, I didn't want them to die, but I was like, they probably shouldn't die, but they were jerks. But I did love that he did it. And I love that. I just kind of love that this movie was unapologetic. It was like, we have these rules and we're going to go with it. Like he can hurt people when they're not in the dream. I think that's crazy. That's scary. That's really scary that that's something in this world that someone can do, because you're fighting an invisible force. But it kind of makes sense. I don't know. I like the rules in this movie. I thought they were very interesting and I just liked them. I liked them a lot. I thought they were fun rules.
I like the fact that Finn couldn't see him, but he could feel him.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
That was great.
And I love that he holds him down too. And just, it was nice.
Here's some more behind the scenes for you.
Mm-hmm.
In the original cut of this movie, the scene where Finney bashes the grabber's face into the ice, and then he's trying to pull him into the ice, and Gwen comes and chops off the grabber's foot.
Right.
That wasn't in the original cut.
Really?
In the original cut, the grabber just gets grabbed by the children and they drag him under the ice and under the water or whatever. But
interesting.
When they did the test screenings, Derrickson realized that the audience needed that catharsis of seeing Gwen and Finney exact revenge on the grabber.
I'm on board with it.
They had to film that later. They came back and did pickups and filmed that scene. So
that's cool. But I'm interested to see. Because I mean, it would be cool just to see the kids drag him under. But I kind of agree with what he said. I mean, it is nice to see these two get their revenge because he's just such a jerk. Like, it's nice.
Yeah.
It felt good.
For sure.
It felt good.
Speaking of jerks, I want to let you know that there is a deleted scene at the end of the movie that shows that Barb and Kenneth survived. They are in the office and they're kind of making peace with Gwen.
Okay.
But that's Derrickson, he said, first of all, it made the movie go on a little bit too long. And he said we didn't need to see Gwen make up and make peace with Barb and Kenneth. We didn't need it.
I agree. And I also think that's not really Gwen's character. Like, even in the first one, she's pretty, like, with the police officer, she's pretty brash. Like, she says it, and she's not there to make friends. You know what I mean? Like, when she says something, that's that. She's not going to apologize or worry about it. So I think that would have been weird to have that at the end. I agree. I think that would have been a change in character for her when that's not who Gwen is.
Okay, so what did you think of the final phone call with Gwen and her mom?
Oh, it was perfect. One, I thought the acting was excellent, but two, it was beautiful. Like, it was just, I love that she had already had a conversation with her mom before, which was very cool. But I just love that. I love that her mom, because her mom had this gift, which we saw in the first one, and in this one, obviously, it's expanded upon. But her mom had this same gift, and probably had the same thoughts that Gwen did of, is this a curse? Is this something that I'm going to hate? So it was nice to have her mom from the afterlife where things are probably at peace, and it sounds like for her to say, it's not a curse. This is a good thing. Like, this is a good thing that you have. It is a gift, and you can use it for good. I love that. I thought it was a great little, not little, I thought it was a big moment, but I really loved that the mom was there to tell her that, because I think she needed to hear it, and she needed to hear it from her mom. So I loved it.
When I saw it in the theater, I was not expecting to cry. Like tears streaming down my face at the end of the movie. That scene got me. Even watching it again this time, I got teary-eyed. It's just, what a fantastic scene. What a way to end the movie. And especially the way her mom tells her to tell Finney that she loves him and that Robin says he's okay and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then the way Gwen goes over and whispers in Finney's ear, and there's no sound anymore. It's just the music.
Yep.
And you just see the look on Finney's face. It's so good.
Yeah.
Such good acting, too. That is maybe my favorite acting that Madeleine McGraw does in this movie, because how hard is it to do a scene like that on the phone?
Yeah, seriously. You have no vision of what you're doing. So, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Both of them, though, even that moment just of him hearing it was beautiful. You knew exactly what he was thinking, you know? Oh, beautiful.
And then Jeremy Davies, perfect ending. Just saying. Just saying. But he says it twice, and it's just perfect.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, just saying, Dad, just saying.
It's such a dad moment. Yeah, I loved it.
It's so good. I do love that Jeremy Davies' character had a redemption in this movie. And I love,
Me too.
Again, the other trope that he was home by himself, and instead of sitting there and, you know, you saw that he was tempted by the Busch Light commercial.
Yep. Yeah.
But instead of turning to drink and falling back on his old ways, he actually got off his butt, called in a favor, and took a snowplow out to rescue his children.
Yep. It was great.
Which also led to an amazing scene, a dialogue scene between him and Finney and Gwen.
Yes.
And you kind of forget sometimes that he beat her, you know?
Yes. Yep.
And when she reminds him, it's just like, it's just like a little bit of a punch to the gut, because it's like, oh, that's right. And you know that he feels guilty about that as well.
Yes, for sure. Yep.
Yeah, I just love that whole outcome. And if we get a Black Phone 3, please, Scott Derrickson, if you're listening to this little tiny podcast, please do not have their dad go back to drinking at any time.
No.
It's just such a trope that we don't need.
Yeah.
So.
And I love, too, there's that moment where Finn's about to leave and he says, hey, do me a favor. And his dad says, what? And he says, don't drink. And he just says it like matter of fact, don't do it. Again, he has that hurt look on his face, a little bit of, I'm not going to do that. You know, I'm over that or whatever. I forget his exact dialogue, but it's another bit of hurt. Like, yeah, I know I'm not going to do it, but I liked that. There was a couple of scenes I wanted to mention too, before I forget. Yeah. Just mentioning Mason, Finn, but there's two scenes I wanted to mention. One is, speaking of his dad, I love when Ernesto comes to pick up Gwen. And it's the dad and Finn standing there, both with like their arms crossed, looking out, and he's like, "What do you think of her friend?" He's like, "I don't know." It's just the way I was like, it's such an older brother dad combo that I loved it. I loved that moment a lot. It made me chuckle.
And I love that is the moment where Finney is like, "Okay, I'm going to go with them."
Yeah, but yes, it was chef's kiss. It was perfect. But the other scene I wanted to mention is right at the beginning. Obviously, we see that Finn is haunted by things that are or by what had happened, but he's also haunted by the phone, or so we think at first. But really, it's people trying to contact him. It seems like, because he answers the phone. He's outside of the gas station or whatever, and it rings, and he just picks it up and goes, "I can't help you," and then hangs up. And I was like, "Oh, that's really cool that he's getting these calls. Like, that's a cool." He has this gift. He and his sister both have these gifts that are really very cool gifts. So I love that moment. I liked it.
And to piggyback off that, when he's at the camp and the phone rings for the first time, he does the same thing.
Yes.
But I love the really creepy way that he gets out of the phone booth and the phone starts ringing, but then it just does the single long ring.
Yes. Yep.
And you're just like, what? And then he picks it up and he's like, hello, Finney. And it's almost like hello, Sydney, right? But
Right.
it's I just did scream. But no, it's like, hello, Finney. And it's like the grabber's voice. And you're maybe that's another homage.
Oh, it might be.
That Derrickson didn't realize was there, but then it's like, oh, that kind of sounds like hello, Sydney.
I love it. I love that. And man, all those homages, that's pretty cool. Because they're all great. They're all movies we love. So I'm all on board.
There is a connection between this movie and a movie we somewhat recently talked about. Because one thing that they talked about, well, Derrickson talked about in the commentary, is confirming that the grabber is in hell. He is contacting them from hell.
Okay. Okay.
Did you catch that at all?
I kind of figured that. Yeah. I think he might have even said something.
Well, there's a line.
Yeah.
When he's talking to Gwen, and it's one of my favorite lines, so I wrote it down.
Nice.
He says, hell is different than you think. They take the best parts of you, the human parts, leave only the worst bits, only the sins. I am a bottomless pit of sin. I love that.
That's a great
Loved
line.
it. But the connection is that Derrickson talks about how in Dante's Inferno, in the 9 circles of hell, as he gets closer to the 9th circle of hell, it's not fire, but ice. It's frozen.
Oh, very good.
So that's why the grabber tells Finney that hell is not hot, it's ice.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
it's not fire, it's ice. I forget exactly what he says, but
And for those who wonder what that connection is, go
yeah.
and listen to our As Above, So Below episode.
there we go. I should have mentioned the movie that we talked about.
I got you, buddy. I got you.
I was just going to let people go through every single one of our episodes, trying to figure out which one it was until they finally got to episode 162 or whatever it is.
I screwed that one up, buddy.
No, I did. You did a good job. A few behind the scenes little things here. The car accident was another scene that the studio wanted them to cut because they're like, why do we need to see this car accident? First of all, hello, Pink Floyd Needle Drop. I loved the driving montage with Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall playing. Oh my God.
Yep.
I love Pink Floyd, and I loved that they used it. But the car accident, besides just being eerie and whatnot, it was to give the snowstorm that's happening, just to show that it was also a character of this movie. Like,
oh, okay. Yeah.
he wanted to drive home the point that they are stuck at this camp. They cannot get out of this camp for days. So they're stuck there.
I also did love that Finn goes outside of the car when they're going, and he's like, just follow me. I was like, that's kind of smart because they can't see. I was like, I've been in snow for years and had roads like that many a time. And I'm like, oh man, that would have been a really great idea when some of those times where I was like, we're in such a small little area, someone could have just gotten out. Like, that's kind of brilliant.
Well, then that brings up a question I have, buddy.
Yeah.
Since you've been in snow like that, did you ever feel like they were not cold enough with what they were wearing in that snow, or did it feel realistic to you?
No, they would have been a little bit colder. Yeah, for sure.
Because there were points where I was like, man, they're not wearing a lot of clothing, and I feel like they would be colder than they look.
There's one moment in particular I actually thought something similar, and it was when Finn goes out to smoke a joint at the cabin. He's outside, and I don't remember where in the movie it was.
I think it's right near the beginning.
I think so. And he goes out, and he's like in a sweatshirt or something. I was like, oof, buddy, that's cold. That's cold.
Like you're snowed in.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I wondered about that. The only other behind the scenes footage I have is that in the second dream, this is just a minor thing, but I thought it was kind of cool. There's a shot of the kid in the dream where he's walking away from the camera.
Yes.
And he walks a little bit faster than normal.
Oh, okay.
Like it looks like kind of like sped up a tiny bit. But the cool thing is that wasn't necessarily on purpose. It was so cold when they filmed that with the Super 8 camera that the film was running too slow in the camera. So that gave it that sped up look when they processed it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So-
that worked out.
I mean, that said,
That's
I think
cool.
that's about all I have, buddy. So before we get to 3 questions, buddy, do you have anything else in your notes there?
Yes, the only other thing I wanted to bring up is when when there is that, I don't know, confrontation, I guess we'll call it, but between the 2 kids and their dad when he comes to get them and they're arguing. I think it's during that scene, but when she brings up that their mother didn't commit suicide but was killed, I love that she
Yeah.
brings up exactly what her dad said so that he can believe her, because that's hard to explain. That's hard to make someone believe. But I think it's just smart that she heard it and said, "You said, what did you say? Did you say this?" And he goes, it was a good way to do that to make someone go, "Oh, no one else was there. No one would have heard that." I liked that. I thought that was a good way to kind of prove something.
And I know the movie didn't have time to explore it, but I do wonder if there's a certain amount of relief in their dad. Terrence is his name, because he always felt that it was his fault,
Right.
that she killed herself.
Yep.
So to learn that she didn't actually kill herself, that somebody else actually murdered her, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, it's devastating and it's sad, but I wonder if it takes a little bit of pressure off of his shoulders, that, this monkey that he's had on his back this whole time, thinking that
Right.
he killed her and he didn't. So
I know it did. I know, for sure it had to have taken a lot of pressure off of him. That's what a revelation. So for sure.
So I would I'd like to see that in Black Phone 3 if they'd make it,
That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Are you ready for 3 questions, my friend?
Yeah, let's do this.
Who would cross the bridge of death must answer me these questions 3.
Question number 1. What did you think was the best kill or death in Black Phone 2?
I mean, really, the biggest one is, and only one, I guess. Do we see other ones?
Well, we see the kids die.
Oh, right. Yes, you're right. Yeah. Yeah.
Those are pretty. Oh, yeah. How were you? Were you okay with those? Those were pretty gruesome.
I was. They were pretty gruesome. No, I was okay with it. It wasn't too. Yeah, it was fine. But I got to go with Grabber. Man, it was good to see him get his just desserts.
I just wonder what happens when the lake thaws in the summer.
Ugh.
Question number 2.
They'll call it a Black Phone 3.
Yeah. Question number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Did you think Black Phone 2 was scary?
I didn't lose sleep. There's creepy moments, there's eerie moments, and there's definitely moments that I think other people would be scared at, for sure. I mean, even just the subject matter's pretty dark, but it didn't scare me. But I definitely think it could scare others. What about you?
I agree. I think especially some of the Super 8 footage, the flashbacks are kind of frightening.
Mm-hmm.
And then the grabber might actually freak some people out. So
Yeah. Yep.
And then question number 3, did you have fun with horror?
Buddy, I had such a good time with this movie. Yes, I had fun with horror.
Yes.
And you, my friend?
Of course. And I loved watching it again, and it gets better every time I watch it. So I love this movie. And yes, I had fun with horror.
Ooh.
Have you heard of the grabber?
Yeah, who hasn't? He killed a bunch of kids and then got killed when one escaped.
Yeah, his name was Finney something.
Finney Blake.
All right, friend. We will talk in a moment about our next episode, which will take place in 2025. But for our next movie, you're picking it, and it is our first 2026 movie. So I'm excited, man. How are we starting the new year? What are we watching?
Well, buddy, this is something I've been thinking about since the end of October.
Oh.
I'll just say it.
Okay.
Our first movie. I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about this.
Okay.
Our first movie of 2026 is It, Chapter 1.
Oh, yeah, dude.
At the end of October, I rewatched it.
Yeah.
I was just sitting at home rewatching it, and the whole time I was sitting there thinking, I am ready to do an episode about this movie. A lot of our listeners will know that way back when we did our top 10 favorite horror movies for our 10th episode in our first year,
Mm-hmm.
my number 1 movie was It Chapter 1.
Yes.
I always wondered if we would ever do it. And I think now I'm ready. And then especially with It Welcome to Derry on HBO Max, and the fact that I've been doing a Patreon episode for each episode of the show, and I've been having such a good time doing that, that I was like, every time I do one of those episodes, I'm like, now I want to talk about the movies.
Nice.
So there's newer movies out, but I'm just ready to watch this again.
Yeah.
Take some notes and then talk to you about it with the knowledge I have of the source material, the book.
Yeah, dude.
There we go. It Chapter 1.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, I had kind of wondered that, not that you were going to pick that, but I'd always wondered that too, of like, I wonder if we'll ever pick some of those movies that we had talked about in that one, and It being one of them, because I even thought at one point, I don't know when, but at some point I was like, God, this movie's good. This would be a fun one to talk about. So I'm really excited that you picked it. I was not expecting this.
Well, if you remember, I texted you and I said, Andrew, how many times have you seen It Chapter 1?
That's
and
right.
You said, I've actually seen it quite a few times. And so at that moment, I was like, I'm going to hold off. But then the closer we got to this episode and knowing that this will be the first movie of 2026, I was like, you know what? I think it's a good time. I think it's the perfect time to do this movie.
That's fun. Well, then I'll just say this. I have a feeling that month is going to be pretty it-filled for us, buddy.
Well, that'll be up to you.
You can't just do one and be done. Come on.
Well, we wouldn't be done, but I mean,
you know,
it's possible to do another movie in between.
It's true. It's all right. We'll see. We'll see.
Let's just see how you feel when we record.
All right. Yeah, but that's exciting. That's a fun. That's a very fun way to jump into 2026. So I'm definitely on board. That's fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
But of course, we also have our annual Best of 2025 and 2026 resolutions episode.
Yeah.
We're just like every year, we're going to have an episode where we talk about our favorite movies that we saw this past year and the movies we're looking forward to seeing next year.
Yeah.
So,
as well as some that we're bummed we missed and all sorts of stuff. It's a fun episode. Yeah. I love that episode a lot.
I always love that episode. Man, can't wait.
Yeah.
And we also talk about the movies, our resolutions from last year, and if we saw all of them.
I gotta re-listen and see and see which ones I did see, because I know I'm almost positive there's one that's been on my list forever that actually I think you have that I definitely did not watch this year, but I gotta listen again and remember.
And I'm pretty sure that there's one that was on my list for a while that I did finally watch this year because I was like, I gotta watch this movie, but we'll talk about that in our next episode.
Perfect.
Finally, I don't want to guilt trip anybody, okay?
Uh-oh.
I don't want to guilt trip people, but this episode is coming out on December 23rd.
Yes.
In 2 days, it's going to be Christmas.
Yes.
You know what would be the best Christmas present?
What's that?
Is if people would go onto our Patreon. If you're not a subscriber, it's $2 a month. And you get to hear all of our exclusive content. In fact, you get to hear me, little old me, talking about It Welcome to Derry. 8 episodes of me talking about that show. And normally, I record right after I finish watching an episode. I get right on my computer and I'm like, let's talk about this. $2 a month.
That's it. And really, you're getting the gift. I can't think of anything cheaper.
Except for stuff at the dollar store, right?
No, not even. Now it's like dollar store and more it's called. They're not even $1 anymore.
I'm upset.
Well, me too.
Anyway, yeah, so everybody out there, once again, I'm just letting you know, we have a Patreon, and it's only $2 a month, and I've been recording a lot of stuff on there, so there's actually content there to listen to. I think at the time that we're recording this, there's like 31 exclusive episodes. Well, maybe one or two of those have been released as regular episodes, but...
Nice. Man, it's the gift that keeps on giving for $2.
For $2. And if you decide you want to subscribe at the $5 level, You get everything, but you also get these episodes a day or two early. So there you go.
It's a pretty good deal, man. It's a pretty good deal.
And maybe someday you'll get Andrew as part of our Patreon as well.
There's a couple on there I'm on.
Someday.
Someday. Maybe I'll surprise you. I'll record some random thing and send it to you. You'll be like, what is this? And I go, oh, it's a Patreon.
That would be amazing. I would love that so much.
All right. I'll look into it.
What if we recorded every episode, if we started continuing to do The Haunting of Hill House, and we recorded every episode of that except for the 10th episode, and then we died? And people never got to hear our 10th episode of Hill House.
Man. But in a way, we became part of Hill House, and that's worth it in the end. Whoa.
Andrew, I love you.
I love you.
Everybody, thank you so much for listening to Fun with Horror.
Yes, thank you.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Happy Christmas, Hana Kwanzaa. We'll throw them all in there. Scotty.
All of them. Yeah.
Besides, well, let me say this first. To all of our listeners, to everyone listening, we love you. And
Yes.
and Scotty.
No, I mean, we do.
Yeah.
You spoke for me. That's good. I don't need to say anything after that.
Well, I didn't know. And Scotty, I want to say that I love you, buddy.
You know what? I love you still. As I haven't stopped loving you since the last time I said it 2 minutes ago.
Good. You know what? You can never say I love you enough. And I'm grateful for you, and I'm excited for this holiday season. And I might even get to spend some time with you. I'm happy.
Yeah. You know what? On the 12th day of Christmas, I don't even want a partridge in a pear tree. I want an Andrew in a pear tree.
Done.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
You don't think I'm a freak?
What's wrong with being a freak?
I'm a freak like my mom.
Were you close to her?
Yeah. I think about her every day. I can still see her face so clearly. She was beautiful.
I think you're beautiful. What about me? Do you think I'm beautiful?